In this video clip, we will discuss the American Comparison stock data display that is available in the Client Service menu. When the Client Service menu is selected, a drop-down menu appears and the top item is Stock Search. When this option is selected, you can search the database by entering the stock name, ticker, or CDL. Within the Stock Search menu, there are multiple views for each stock. This discussion is on the AC, or American Comparison view. There are three blocks in the AC view: the information block, the chart block, and the ranking block. Within the information block, important stock information is provided that assists the investor in making decisions. This includes general information such as ticker and company name. If the stock is included in an index, price-earnings ratio, current price, sector and industry group, whether or not a preferred stock is available, and the core market aspirational classification. This classification is a unique assignment made by Investment Strategy Network as to whether the stock is likely to provide stability or opportunity type returns to a portfolio. Performance information is provided on year-to-date return, return over the past 12 months, over the past quarter, and the current week. Income information is provided on the current dividend and current yield, as well as free cash flow per share. Information on fair value includes the current fair value, the percent of fair value that the current price represents, a price that represents a caution level when the stock would be getting close to being overvalued, a price that represents overvaluation, and a price that represents undervaluation. Based on these classifications, the stock is also labeled for consideration in a portfolio as a hold if the stock fair value is between 120% fair value and 80% fair value, buy watch when the stock first becomes undervalued, buy after being labeled buy watch and having made a meaningful move back to fair value, sell watch when the stock first becomes overvalued, sell after being labeled sell watch and having made a meaningful move back to fair value. Revenue, earnings, and dividends influence the calculation of fair value. The strength of this influence is shown in the three cells to the left side of the information block. The influence can be positive, neutral, or negative. The last financial item in the information block is the MAB score. This is a score that reflects the probability of the company being involved in a merger, acquisition, or buyout in the next 12 months. Rankings range from A++ to C. A++ rated stocks have a very high probability of being involved in a merger, acquisition, or buyout, and C rated stocks have a neutral probability of being involved in an event. Ratings are identified as A++, A+, B++, B+, or C. On the left-hand side of the informational block is a section that indicates the individual stock's sensitivity to various economic factors. Each factor is classified according to the strength or influence the economic factor has on changes in the stock price. The classifications can be very strong, strong, moderate, uncertain, or inverse. The individual stock is also classified according to the strength of the relationship the stock has with the market overall and the respective sector. These are also classified according to the strength between the market, sector, and stock. The chart block graphically displays the historical stock price since December 2013 and the respective overall market index over the same time period, indexed to the stock price so that a visual comparison can be made between the individual stock and the market overall. There are three short horizontal lines on the right side of the chart. A red line indicating the value where the stock would be considered overvalued, a gray line that represents the stock's fair value, a green line that represents the value where the stock would be considered undervalued. Associated with these valuation lines are vertical bars that show the history of consideration classifications. When the stock has been classified as a sell, there will be a red bar above that period of time. When the stock has been classified as a buy, there will be a green bar below that period. The third block of information is the ranking block. This block compares several important factors with the rest of the stock market or the individual stock. There are 18 ranking sliders. Starting in the upper left-hand side, you will see a slider titled Percent Fair Value. This slider graphically shows a position the current stock price has relative to fair value. The slider directly to the right is titled Fair Value Rank. This slider takes the percent fair value and ranks it against all of the other stocks, placing it on a scale from 0 to 1500. A ranking of 1500 would indicate that the stock is the most overvalued stock. A value of 1 would indicate that this stock is the most undervalued stock. Most of the sliders are self-explanatory, such as PE rank and dividend yield rank. The CMA rank is the Investment Strategy Network classification of core, market, or aspirational. A stock receiving a ranking closer to the top of the slider would be considered aspirational. A ranking near the middle would be considered market, and those closer to the lower portion of the slider are considered core. The middle row of sliders focuses on earnings and free cash flow, as well as revenue growth. The last row focuses on relative rankings based on stock returns. The last slider in row 3 on the far right is a ranking of the probability the stock will be involved in a merger, acquisition, or buyout. Stocks ranked near the top of the slider are the stocks considered most likely to be involved in such a transaction. If you'd like to know more about other sections of the service, please continue to view our explanatory discussions and see us on investment-strategy.net. In this video clip, we will discuss the American comparison